Welcome to Madame Raven's. This way to the library. She's been expecting you.
Welcome, my friends, to my birthday and 5-year on YouTube special. I bring you something a little bit different. This is 2 parts of a radio drama of Death Takes a Holiday. I do so enjoy the radio dramas, and always enjoy doing them around this time of year. Because, as we all know, video may have killed the radio star, but not everything always stays dead. I have the grateful opportunity in this to present to you our players. Deadly Cure as Death, Dr. Creepin as the Duke, Lady Spocaria as Grazia, and myself as Princess Marie. Please enjoy. Time: the early 20th century. Scene: the great hall of the castle of Duke Lambert di Cattolica, near the Lake of Como in Italy. Strange things have been happening this day about the castle. An automobile carrying guests of the Duke has escaped a fatal accident. Miraculously, a servant lying at death's door with a fever has recovered. Miraculously, one of the guests, a lovely girl, has been frightened by a strange, causeless shadow in the garden. Others have seen this queer shadow, have felt its cold presence in the house. At nightfall, a terrific storm engulfs the castle. Duke Lambert sits alone in the great hall, waiting, a revolver on the table before him, while he watches a window opening on the garden moves. Out the window appears a face, deadly pale, cowled in black, and then...
Who's there? Who's there? Speak up, or I'll shoot. Oh, I cannot pull the trigger.
I beg you, don't be afraid.
Who are you?
I don't wonder you ask. As a caller, I suppose I am unusual, even unique.
You stand back, or I'll fire.
It's quite useless against me. Break your gun. Now, pull the trigger. You see, it works now.
Who are you?
I beg your pardon. I've been so interested in my reception, I've forgotten to explain. I'm afraid it may be difficult. I think perhaps you better sit. No, I think over there, your back may need support.
Is this some horrible masquerade? Oh, if it is, I'll...
No, strange though it may seem, this is my natural appearance. That is, to you. In justice to myself, I may say that my true appearance is much more attractive than this. Unfortunately, I can only appear to man as man imagines me to be. Do I make myself clear? Evidently not. I told you it would be difficult. I am, how may I describe it? Sort of a vagabond of space. For instance, at the moment, I'm casting my shadow on the evening star and plucking some mortal on the earth by the sleeve. Do I make myself clear?
Who are you? Tell me.
I told you it would be difficult. I am, or was, until I crossed your threshold. Death.
death.
Oh, rest assured, I'm not here on my usual errand. Quite the contrary. If I were, would I be chatting with you like this? No. I would have lain beside you for an instant on your bed, or breathed on your hair as I passed by.
Well, then that explains...
Yes, several things. I thought your son was quite desperate tonight. If I had been playing my proper role, I would have taken him and those charming people in the car. Oh, regretfully, I assure you, I actually had a hold of his wheels on the edge of the precipice.
You held? You saved it?
Amusing, isn't it? Death in the role of a guardian angel. But I did. Now, doesn't that convince you that I have no lethal intentions?
Yes, it does, rather.
Good. Now, in a few moments, I think we shall be quite good friends, but I think perhaps you'd better sit down again. There are a few more unusual details. I am about to take a holiday. Again, that sounds incredible, doesn't it? Even to me. Just think, for the first time in history, there will be no murders, no fatal accidents, no man will even die in his bed. Not a leaf will fall, nor a star from heaven. Nothing will crumble or decay. There will be only life and growth, sort of a cosmic springtime. Of course, that couldn't last indefinitely, or there'd be a serious overcrowding. That could be remedied with another world war, but, no, that gives me too much work. I shall just take 3 days, and try to crowd into them as much as possible. After that, I must go back.
But why are you doing this?
Oh, for several reasons. For one thing, I want to find out why men fear me as they do.
Don't you know?
How could I know, who have never experienced mortal sensation? What could I know of terror, who have nothing to fear? Or of pity, when I must not pity? Or of kindness, or aspiration, or love? These are merely words, whose meaning I am curious to discover. In particular, I want to learn something about love. That seems to be the most potent force which makes men do quite mad things. It is the name most often on the lips of man when he comes to me. Unless he's old and worn and spent with life, then there are other reasons. Can you conceive how weary I am of always being misunderstood? I see things that are young and gracious and fragrant, and I desire them. But if I come near, if they feel the shadow of my presence, horror steals upon their minds. Can you conceive how utterly lonely I am, when there is nothing that doesn't fear me, that doesn't shrink as I draw near?
Yes, of course I...
There is something here, to be known and felt, something desirable that makes men cling to life and fear me, and I must know what it is. In short, my dear sir, I wish to lead a complete life in the course of 3 days, as your guest.
As a guest?
Oh, as a mortal. I assure you I shall be quite a man of the world.
Why, in that case, I should be, most happy.
Well, that's extremely kind of you. I realize I'm asking a great deal. Now, will it be too much to put me up for those days? Will it?
No, not in the least. I have a suite of rooms prepared for an old friend who was expected, Prince Sirki of Vitalba, Alexandria.
Prince Sirki? Oh, no.
Then you...
Yes, this afternoon. Of course, I didn't know he was a friend of yours.
Then I'm not to expect...
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, poor Sirki.
Well, a suggestion comes from that. Was the prince known to your household or to your guests?
No, none of them knew him.
Well, since I've been obliged to deprive you of a guest, it is only just that I should supply one in his place. Therefore, I will be Prince Sirki of Vitalba Alexandri, on one condition. I insist that no one under this roof, or no one who visits you, will show repulsion or fear under pain of my instant displeasure.
I understand, Your Highness.
I will have nothing distasteful on my holiday, and if my command is violated, I shall leave here as a mortal and return as death.
I understand, Your Highness.
Forgive me if I seem severe, but I'm a little bit sensitive on that point. So, it's a bargain?
Yes, it is.
At last, I am to become mortal. I am to feel blood in my veins, the warm blood of life. My desire shall become flesh, and my hunger will feel the fire of blood. When I hold flowers in my hands, they will not wither, and those that I love will not be afraid. Not afraid. Oh, I'm beside myself. My holiday is a joke, a mad caprice that I play with my life. What a sublime and monstrous joke. I, Death, do hereby take on the world, the flesh and the devil. Well, my friend, we will begin our interesting experiment.
Yes, but...
There seems to be some doubt in your mind. What is it?
Oh, forgive me, but your face. All men are born with a fear of that face.
I forgot for a moment. There is one of the stupid things that is nurtured in little children, and which only the most mature minds manage to shake off. It isn't very intelligent of you, you know, to make me a mere symbol of decay. I am also life and sleep, and the fulfillment of dreams. And I am the gateway to life that leads beyond life.
But couldn't you...
Oh, yes. I shall borrow the lamp of illusion.
Of what?
Of illusion. Surely you know.
I don't quite follow.
Well, I've observed that very few mortals care to face life as it really is. They find it too stark and forbidding, like the outline of my face, until illusion colors it with her rosy lamp.
Oh, yes. Yes, I see.
It's rather a pity, because the truth, you know, is much more beautiful than illusion. However, time is young, and we mustn't expect too much, so I shall borrow the lamp for my holiday.
Then will this change?
Oh, my entire appearance. I am just beginning to see the possibility of this. I think your friends will find me not unattractive, thanks to my lamp, and you will find me not a poor masquerader, so expect me soon. You are to be distinguished among hosts. You are the first man who has ever entertained death and lived. And so, I am at last to become mortal. I shall feel blood in my veins, the warm blood of life. I shall feel my desire becoming flesh, and hunger taking the fire of blood. I shall know what you mortals know, and feel what you feel. When I take flowers in my hand, they will not wither, and youth will not run from me with terrified eyes. My hunger shall be appeased for an hour, my hunger that is as old as time, and those I love need not be afraid, not afraid, not afraid.
And now, the climax of Death's strange adventure. In the course of his 3-day holiday, Death, masquerading as the handsome Prince Circe, has fallen in love with Grazia, the charming daughter of his host, and she returns his love. Duke Lambert, in terror lest he should lose his daughter to his dreadful guest, has broken his word and informed the others of Circe's true identity. They all know now that Circe is Death. As our scene opens, there remains but 10 minutes of Death's holiday. Grazia, the Duke's daughter, has been missing from the castle for several hours, and the Duke and his wife, fearing that Death has already taken her, are pleading with him for their daughter's life.
Your Highness, you love my daughter, but I love her also. Her mother, her friends. You must not take her with you. Please speak to him, Murray.
Your Highness, I bore her. She's flesh of my flesh. I have tended her life. I am asking for her life.
The life which I must sometime take. Dear lady, I have known strong men to die for one another, for love. And I have known lovers who have come to me gratefully so that they might not part. I tell you, there is a love which casts out fear.
But she's so young.
But to go with me now, in love, would be triumph, not death as it is known to you.
Oh, in heaven's name, Lambert.
Your Highness, when you came to this house, we made a pact, you and I, that no harm should come to anyone in this house. I ask you now to abide by that pact.
It is useless. There are worlds between us, and I cannot reach your minds. You ask me to make this sacrifice as a man, when my desire is greater than a man could know. You ask me to give up love, when I long for love with a surpassing hunger. You are in terror, but I am in agony. Why do men fear my coming? I do not see how they can bear their lives. Their courage is magnificent. I am proud to have worn the mantle of this flesh.
But, Your Highness, Grazia doesn't know who you are. Before you do this monstrous thing, won't you tell her and let her choose?
Even Grazia was born to fear my face. She would die with me now, as Circe, but to choose death as a lover, no, I will not.
You gave me your word.
And you think me bound by that?
I do. As an honorable man would be bound.
Because I assumed your flesh, must I assume your weakness too?
Then pity our weakness. You came in search of human experience. Compassion, sir, is the highest emotion man can know, and I've seen compassion struggling in you. We beg the life of Grazia.
So, again, I am caught by my own folly. I gave myself life, not knowing the power that is in life, nor the power that is love. I gave myself life, and with it, all the little rules by which it must be lived. And now I, Death, must bow to life. What a sublime joke. What a monstrous and bitter comedy. My dear Duke, you have all risked your lives for Grazia. I must not be outdone in courage.
Will you give her back?
No, it is for you to call her back.
What will he do? He won't take her away.
Wait, Marie.
She is coming now. Save her if you can.
Your Highness, did you call?
Grazia, oh darling, I've been so frightened.
But I was quite safe with Prince Circe, Mother. I love to be with him. I must stay with him. Always.
But you can't go with Prince Circe. You can't.
But I couldn't live here without him. Oh, I know he seems a little terrifying to you, but I'm happy with him, and safe, and contented. He's kind, Mother, and more tender than anyone I've known, even more tender than you. I found the happiness I've looked for so long.
Oh, Grazia, you don't know what you're saying.
Why are you all so strange? And why is it so dark? Oh, I wish you'd be happy with me. I found my love. There ought to be lights and music.
Oh, Your Highness, save her.
Tell her what you will.
But what is there to tell? Do you think there is anything I don't understand? I love His Highness, and I must go with him.
Your Highness, you must.
Say what you like. It will make no difference.
For God's sake, it's nearly midnight.
I know. So my immortal experience must have the usual ending. I, too, must have my parting. Grazia, I came to this house as a jest, and made love to you as a jest.
You are trying to destroy my love, because they wish it. It was not a jest.
Grazia, don't smile so. It's true. Someone call her, quickly, while there's time. You, her mother, call her to you, or she's lost.
Grazia, my darling, come back to me.
No, Mother.
Listen, Grazia, while there is time, I mustn't take you with me. You must stay here, with those who love you. If you went with me, you could never come back to them again. I'm going far away, to a land that would be all strangeness and mystery to you. Grazia, do you hear?
Yes, I hear.
Then why don't you draw away?
Why must you say these things to me? They can make no difference.
But you don't understand. My holiday is over. I'm going at once.
I am ready.
No, you can't go with me.
Yes, I can. Shall we go now?
But you don't know who I am.
You are my love.
You heard, Duke Lambert. Do you wish me to speak and destroy this happiness?
You must.
Grazia, my little love, it was not a jest. In a moment, my hour will come. On the first stroke of 12, my face will change, and you will see me as I am, as death. On the last stroke, I shall disappear. Goodbye, my friends. Remember that there is only a moment of shadow between your life and mine. And when I call, come bravely through that shadow, and you will find me only your familiar friend. Goodbye, Grazia. Now see me as I am.
But I have always seen you like that. You are not changed.
You have seen me like this?
Yes, you seem beautiful to me.
Then there is a love which casts out fear, and I have found it. And love is greater than illusion, and as strong as death. Come, Grazia.
Thank you so kindly for stopping by my chateau, my darlings. It does mean so much to me. Please, if you have not subscribed, as many of you have not, please do so. Give me a like so I know what you would like to hear. And comment. I always love to read your comments. And special thanks to my Patreon and membership supporters. Ciao, darlings.